Okay, wonderful. We are starting this extraordinary interview, and I say extraordinary because we have something quite revolutionary to share with all of you. For those who don't know me, my name is Fernando Marengo Rodriguez, Doctor of Engineering, holistic coach, and we've been talking about different ways to to build a bridge between spirituality and science. And for instance, with the conscious breathing technologies that we have within, we can measure our results through the right applications, through the right pieces of hardware. We talk about different kind of hardwares already available in the market, such as the ENSA biofeedback that we already developed here. But here, I am very pleased to announce a new option that works in a very beautiful way. And I'm here and honored to talk to this extraordinary researcher. And I would say not only extraordinary researcher, but also a person who is truly connected to his heart. So welcome here, Patrick. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fernando. So it's a real pleasure to be with you today and to share my journey to this platform that I will try to explain to everyone. So this project started a long time ago in about 2008. I was in Italy in a Buddhist monastery, in fact, studying philosophy. And my background is physics, so I'm a physicist, but also interested in medical engineering. And so I met actually a Tibetan doctor, and this Tibetan doctor was doing some kind of miracles with the fingers. So, like measuring the pulse wave, like I think that most of you know the Chinese way to do that, Indian way, like in Ayurveda. So I looked at this doctor and I was fascinated because he could tell, what is going on in the body, and not only the body, but the body and mind as well. So psychological things happening and body dysfunctions and so on. So I decided to ask him if he would like to start a project because I know how to read the pulse wave with some device, as you said. And he said, okay, why not? So this Tibetan doctor, Dr. Nida, was very open-minded about that. And so I started to show what's the possibilities of these sensors. He was very doubtful, which is completely normal. And I was very excited by this Tibetan medicine things, which was completely new because I'm a kind of hardcore physicist and biomedical engineer at the start. So this is how it started. And yeah, all these years now has been progressing up and down, like every project, I suppose. And we ended up with this app on the phone with or without a device, doesn't matter. The device is there to help people actually. So to visualize what's going on inside the body. So you can measure things like you could never do that before except in hospitals, But nowadays you can actually do that from home. And so the whole project, I think, at the beginning was very much oriented towards this Eastern medicine, Tibetan medicine, like the concept of these elements, which we could talk about maybe in another interview, and the concept of energies moving in the body and how they influence the mindset of the people and how the environment influence our behavior and psychological um, um, uh, performance, I would say, or something like that. So, so this was nice, and then somehow I had difficulties to talk with Western people about this Tibetan medicine. You see, this is like, for me, it was like a revelation, but for most of the people, it's just like very strange, like new age type of thing, very old. Now we study DNA and all these things, and so these ancient teachings were obsolete for these people. I thought just the opposite. I thought they were revealing something that we've lost in the past, and people knew, like the Greeks and Egyptians, not only Eastern people, but also like Latin America, which unfortunately, I don't know much about that. I have friends as well in Africa or South Africa, and they have very much the same kind of medicines and philosophies and so on. But then, because of this clash between East and West, I thought how to solve the problem. And actually, I'm also interested by breathing techniques since a while, for many reasons, from my profession and from some teachings I had. And I thought that's the bridge. The bridge between body and mind is breathing anyway, because by consciously breathing, you can actually interact deeply with your body function. And you can actually achieve different state of mind, different state of consciousness, and be relaxed, or just the opposite. So I thought, okay, for sure, these Western doctors will know about breathing. Breathing is life. You breathe every day, but unconsciously. But the beauty of all that is that by conscious breathing, you can actually heal yourself in many ways, or at least I would say helping the healing process. So I don't believe that breathing is the cure of everything. This is completely wrong, of course, but it can really help a lot, not only for psychological issues like stress or depression, anxiety, all of these, but also at the body level. You can really heal completely your body because of, I suppose you have explained that to your audience many times, the parasympathetic system and all of that. It's wonderful. So people have forgotten that, but like I would say, ancient cultures knew that from empirical studies. They didn't know about these systems, but they knew how it works. Which is the point. And so then the thing is that breathing is really the bridge between ancient cultures and modern understanding, like with the blood flow, blood pressure, all of these that we can measure. So this is like a kind of amazing tool. We can really measure now the blood pressure wave and see how the heart function, how the breathing actually influence the shape of these waves. And so it influences the physiology, and by the way, it influences also your mindset. So this is the story of this project, like in few minutes. So then
Yeah.
after that, you have many technological issues and things like this that need to be solved, and it took a long time to actually achieve something that start to work. um, and so the also, if I can continue, I don't know if you want to interrupt, or I can continue.
Yes, let me add something
Yeah.
really important. You talked
Yeah.
about something really crucial about ancient cultures. So many people are talking about only Western solutions, but they forget about the Eastern part, or most of all, ancient
Mm,
solutions.
mm,
And it reminds me of a compelling story of a dear friend. She's from India. Her name is Sargan Bhartiya, and she's teaching yoga classes online. She's teaching facial yoga and also pranayama. And she
mhm,
has helped another person who I met on the internet, who was suffering from multiple sclerosis. It was
Mm,
really terrible, and she was in a very bad condition, and she was lying on bed all the time, and it's like progressively shutting down the body. But Sargan helped this person through breathing practices, through pranayama, and only doing that, and she recovered so much that the
mm.
doctors were amazed at that and say, "Oh, what did you do here?" So this is a demonstration, a clear result, and this is something recent. It has been a few weeks ago that yes, the breathing helps to get better, but also the breathing, the right breathing technique is an
Yes,
extraordinary, has an extraordinary healing power, right?
yes, exactly. I fully agree with that. And as you know, I mean, there are so many courses now on breathing, like so many everywhere. So you can see them, they're still hidden sometimes, but you see them more and more. I can see in my city, for example, there are classes, especially on yoga, like physical yoga, and then also some pure breathing classes. And so I think as well, um, these device-oriented techniques are very good. They can really help people. But I think as well, it's good if you want really to practice correctly to go to a teacher and to follow physically some classes because there are things that the device cannot tell you. You need to have somebody who really have understanding experience about all of that, like everything, in life. And you go to these people and you learn, and you can then use the device in more mindful way, I would say. So it's not like one way. I'm not really promoting devices in any way. It's just like a way for me that people can use that anytime at home, in transport, in many places when they have few minutes, like at work, for example. You can do breathing for 5 minutes at work. It's really nice. And so you can take these teachings at I would say, at level zero, meaning that you do breathing practice and it will do well for you. And then if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper, and it's really a wonderful discovery of your own self, like if you talk about spiritual matters, breathing is really wonderful. And you can start to develop deep practice connecting with the heart and others and so on, like you do. And it's wonderful, and I think that most of the spiritual traditions do that anyway. It always come back to the heart, in many forms. And so if you can go deeper and deeper, and it's I would say it's endless, almost endless. So you keep discovering things. You need to be patient as well. It's not coming like when you take a pill when you have a headache. It's not like that. So yes, you need to be patient. You need to discover. Some days are better than others. Some days you don't want to do it. It's fine. Some days you really go deeper for some reason, and then yeah, you discover more and more. So
Mm.
it's a learning process, like every learning process. And this one is more like inner discovery, which is more subtle. You
Mm.
don't learn to use a screwdriver or driving a car. It's not like that. It's more subtle. Yeah. So you need to develop some awareness of your inner experience, and
Mm.
so it develops more and more like this. And also, I would insist on these breathing techniques to do them really well, um, because this is the foundation, really. And I see some classes of breathing or techniques out of the book, with some kind of mechanical patterns that I see: box breathing, whatever breathing, you have these things, but it's not like that. It can help a little bit, yes. It can be disappointing. Yes, I've seen a lot of people. I was teaching breathing to people, and they they say oh, this thing is really stressful. It's they say, oh wow. I was I was surprised, and actually, it's very true. If you
Mm.
apply by the book the techniques, it's not working. Yeah.
Exactly. The teacher is always needed, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
begin.
At the
Exactly.
beginning, and then if you have doubts or some questions, you can come back and ask, and then you can practice, and you don't need to force. I'm much more on the like the soft way of doing breathing, like in the Chinese tradition, like the Taoist tradition, you have the yin and yang, like the soft and the hard way, like waterway and things like this. I'm much more waterway, like very soft, gentle. Don't push, but just experience what's happening.
Mm, mm. So talking about the devices, because you talked about the teacher, which is absolutely important. It is, let's say, something we all have to go through. But the other thing is the device. So some people will say, "Oh yes, what he has to bring to us, what he has to show us." So
Ah,
please share your talents, share your products, because you already talked about devices and pieces of
yeah,
software.
yeah. So, okay, so basically, what the device is doing, well, at least the device that you and I suppose you and I are using, it's something which has to do with sensing the blood pulse wave, so from the heart, using light, which is already like a little of it, like a magic thing. It's really wonderful. I use a device which is like this. So this is like a well-known polar device. So you can buy it from the market. And I have few samples here that I can ship to people if they like as well. So, but anyway, this is one example of a use of this device. It's like a key ring. You can have the key ring in your bag or something like that. And anytime you just switch on the device, and then it lights up like this. So you have a little switch on the side. It's just you can remove it. It's a small coin. It's very tiny. You can put it on your arm. There's an armband on that. I can show you after. But then you can keep it like this, and yeah, it's a bit hard. Once it's clipped, it's nice. Okay, so you can use it like this, and the beauty is that you just put your finger onto that, and then you don't need effort at all. You hold that, and the sensor will send the data, the measurement to a mobile phone. So you need to install the app, and the app will start to read the data from this, analyze the data, and you have the results on your device. The result is like classical data that you can have, like heart rate, your breathing, or your breathing rate, the way it moves, like we call that heart rate variability. You can have the synchrony or the coherence of the heart, and many different things like this. And you have that in real time. I will do a demo after that. But so basically, At the beginning, it's a sensor, which is like a real, very good quality sensor. And then I developed some algorithm that we call them, some program, if you like, to analyze the pulse wave and extract the data that comes from the heart and the vascular system. It's actually the beauty of this pulse wave is that it actually measure many different parameters from all the organs in the body. This is why Eastern medicine use the fingers on the radial artery, for example, to measure the pulse, because this pulse wave contains a lot of information. Not only like electrocardiogram, which is measuring how the heart functions, the electrical activity of the heart. This is, in my view, more complete because it's the wave that goes from the heart to the complete body and then come back, like this, and you have many information into that. So it's wonderful. And so we analyze all of this, and we have different metrics, like as I said, this heart rate and so on. And we have also some energies that we measure, which are similar to these Tibetan energies. Like in Tibet or Ayurveda, they have three energies, three basic energies. And we estimate some features of this. I'm not claiming that we copy what the medical doctor will do. This is wrong, but we kind of estimate the rough, like behavior of these energies, like the main features, I would say. Yeah. At this point in the project, I cannot do fine analysis of the different organs. For example, a Tibetan doctor will say your liver is wrong, or kidneys are wrong, or something like that. I cannot do that, not yet. Maybe one day. Or somebody else will do it. I don't know. Okay, so
Yes.
that yeah, so that you with this you don't need anything else. You need this in your pocket somewhere, and then you can practice your meditation. I'm not really doing it well. You just relax. You practice as usual. You can put your hand anywhere, and then you can after the session you can see your energies, how they move, and the result of all that. What's the
Mm.
point of this? The point is that we measure what I call the energy balance. So it's not like a stress level. Most of the apps, they measure stress, like let's say between 0 and 100%. And the concept of Eastern medicine is to be in balance. The key word in Eastern medicine is to be balanced. And so we have some kind of measure of this between -1 and 1. And the goal is that day after day after day, on average, you should be in balance. So it's not wrong to be stressed, it's okay, but it should not last for long. Like if you are in the stress situation for days and days and weeks, something is wrong. And the other way, which sometimes people forgot, is that if you are too relaxed for many days, something is wrong as well.
Mm.
Because when you are in the active life, you should be in full flesh, like doing things and not sleepy.
Exactly. The eustress, the good stress, which is the motivation, right?
Yeah, something like this. Or let's say, for example, you go to the mountains and you do some sport. Of course, your body is stressed, but that's normal, no? You work, or if you have a stressful interview, or if you have something like this, of course, your stress level go up. Okay, fine. If you drink too much coffee, your internal energies are excited by this caffeine or caffeine. This is fine. But then you should have a recovery phase, which is usually done naturally during sleep. And
Mm.
I'm also very, very interested by sleep because that's where your body heals itself as well. Yeah, when you sleep. So having a good sleep is number one medicine. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So just to make it simple and make sure I understand this, you use this device uh, for, let's say, for a few minutes per day to help people breathe at the right pace so that they get balance in the autonomic nervous system, right?
Yes, you can use the device and the app, I would say. I'm not even talking about the device because you can only use your mobile phone. So it works on Android, it works on iPhone, on both platforms. So it's okay. But then with this one we use the camera. I will do a demo after. You can see the pulse wave and all these energies moving. So you don't need especially the device, but with the mobile phone you can measure with the finger. But the thing is that uh, leaving the finger for many minutes, sometimes it's not easy. So this is why we have a device as well. You can wear the device on your body or hold it in your hand and forget about it. It's
Mm,
really
mm,
nice.
mm.
So that's I've forgotten your question now.
That's fine,
But
that's fine. Feel free to share how it works.
yes, I can try to do that. I never tried, so I will start my this app, and I need to start this iPad as well, so people can see. Mhm. Okay, so let's try. Mhm. So it's happening. So this is, I start the app now. If you see something,
Yes,
you see a little bit, yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay, so sorry, it's the first time I do that, so I'm not so used to the settings and so on. Yeah. So this is the main interface of the app. And so you have the choice between different type of practice, I would say. You have what I call the mini lab, which is like the kind of classic medical metrics, your heart rate, heart rate variability, and so on. You can choose breathing as well. So that's this one. And then you have the Eastern metrics there, the Eastern energies. So I can show you, for example, okay, so your question is that how to use that?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the main step here. And then you can choose, for example, every morning you want to know your energies or something like that, you can measure for 1 minute, 1.5 minute. Yeah, it's all fine. Then you can use any kind of mini lab or the prana or the chi over there, and you can do it for 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, and then you have your results, and you have, as I will show you, your energy balance. So if you are
Mm.
stressed or not stressed. Okay, so let's start. I start with the mini lab. Okay, so you see here the screen, which is like the results of the previous session. So I did
Yes.
some measurement on myself, and what you see there is it's a kind of radar, and when you are in balance, the spot here is in the middle, just there at 0. So 0 is good. I mean, good. I mean, you are in balance. If you go a little bit on the right side, this side means you are a bit stressed. If you go on this side, you are relaxed. Yeah. So
It is a balance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic branch.
yeah, it's a combination of different parameters, I would say. Uh, I studied, I analyzed this famous pulse wave that I will show you now. And depending on the amplitude of the wave, the rhythm of the wave, how you breathe, and so on, I compute an index between -1 and 1. Yeah, and as you say, it's of course it's linked with this nervous system, sympathetic, parasympathetic system, because it's driving most of the physiology over there. So let's start. So uh, I can start the session by pressing go. So on my app. Okay. So now what you see there on the top is
They're frozen, Patrick. The
sorry.
screen looks frozen. Let me check it here.
No,
Uh,
on my side it's working.
okay, now it's fine. Now it's fine. Sorry.
Okay. So what you see on the screen is that I put my finger, which is the red spot, which is the blood. I put my finger on the camera here. And at the bottom you will see appearing, maybe now it's too low. I will move a bit. Yes, you see the pulse wave
Ah,
coming?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So this is your heart pulse wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you see that when I'm talking, it's of course it's changing, but the way, I mean, the shape of this wave tell you all about your nervous system, the blood flow,
Mm-hmm.
even your blood pressure, in fact, yeah, and even your age. You can extract your biological age from this wave. Yeah. So
How do you
you
determine the age from the HRV parameter?
no 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 from the shape
Ah, okay, okay,
from
okay.
the
And
shape
also the
of the
breathing
wave.
rate, right?
No, no, it's not linked with the breathing or the heart rhythm at all. It's linked with the shape of the wave.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a bit more complicated. But okay, what you see there here is all the metrics. You have heart rate, you have the rhythm, the variability. So you have your heart rate variability. You have the synchrony, which is coherence, as some people call, yeah, in the middle, the
Mm-hmm.
breathing rate, and then the breathing rate variability. Breathing
Mm.
rate variability is almost never studied, which is a pity because it actually tells you also a lot about stress. The way you
The
breathe,
higher the breathing variability, the lower the stress, right?
yes, yes, exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
So using just these five numbers, you can already know a lot about the nervous system and your state of mind and all of that. Yeah.
Mm.
And this is computed from this pulse wave that you have here, which is
Mm.
measured on the phone. It's very good quality. I
Mm.
was surprised when I did this app, and I was very doubtful. But now I'm convinced it's really nice. And the same pulse wave is actually recorded with the external device. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
okay. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm talking too much because the wave. You see, when I'm talking, the wave is changing because I'm talking and I'm not
Exactly.
focusing. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yes.
How
So
much do
when
you have to measure? For how long do you have to do the measurement in order to get a reliable results? For
yes.
example, over 2 minutes, over 5 minutes?
Yes, good. That is a very good question because the people I gave the app, they expect to have results within few seconds, which is not true. It's not working like this.
Mm-hmm.
So this app, after 60 beats that has been recorded, like reliable beats, I also remove the bad beats. I have some algorithm to remove all of that. And but 60 beats then you have first results. And when the first result is coming, you have a sound on the app. So there's a dong coming. And then when the sound is coming, that means the measurement is there and you can eventually stop. I recommend the user to go 30, at least 30 seconds more. So let's say, for example, if you have like a heart rate of 60 beats per minute, that means after 1 minute you have a result.
Mm.
But I recommend to do 1.5 minutes, yeah, to
Mm.
have more precise measurement.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's
Sorry
very
for
good.
the display. It's the setting is a bit funny, but
That's fine. That's fine.
yeah. So this is the way it works. So to answer your question, 1.5 minutes is the strict minimum. 1 minute strict minimum, I would say 1.5 is good. And then when you get used to the app, you can stay for 2 minutes and you can actually watch your biological data as well. You know,
Mm.
when you perform the measurement, all is moving in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really nice. When you want to finish, you just press stop here, and then you have all the results. Your energy balance is showing. So you can see here the final result, which is like I'm a bit stressed over there, and the red and green arrows are the minimum and maximum during the session. Yeah, and then you have different results according to the different metrics. Yeah, and also we have some kind of recommendation. So on the app, if you press these blue blinking things there, you have a small message. And in this case, it says slow down a bit because I'm in the stress region. Yeah, so
Because you were talking. Yes.
yeah, well, that's an interview, so I'm not supposed to be fully relaxed, no? Um,
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
what's what's going on here? Okay, it seems this program has wanted to shut down for some reason. Sorry, it's the first time I use it. I installed it yesterday, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
um, okay, but I can show you like this. You know, it's
Ah, it's 40% energy balance. Ah, okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
40%. Yeah, you see?
Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes, yes.
if I click again, I have all these metrics there.
Yes.
Uh, all of there, and for all of them, I have some kind of recommendation. For example, if my heart rate was 84 beat per minute on average,
Uh-huh.
and so the app recommend to slow down a bit. You know, like but you know it depends on the context as well. So the thing, yeah, you see here, for example, the synchrony was
Uh-huh.
24%. And so I tell the people more or less what's going on because it's a bit low.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if let's say, for example, if I do a breathing session, the synchrony should go up, and usually, and if it's not going up, that means either you are distracted or something go wrong or whatever. So I have some message for the user, like a feedback message, because
Mm.
you are not in a class with a teacher, you know, so nobody can tell you what's the meaning of these numbers. So most of the app, you know, you have a number, but then people will say, and so what? You
Mm-hmm.
know, I have this number, doesn't, is it good or bad or whatever? So I have these recommendations there, which are based on average measurement across thousands and thousands of people. And
Mm.
so it's then the app should also calibrate itself according to the user
Mm.
because everybody is different. And so this is also something which I like in this Eastern medicine, or nowadays in medicines, they calibrate the system according to the individual. Um, so, for example, if you have, like, you read the books about hypertension, you have average recommendations that above systolic 140 millimeter of mercury, you are hypertensive, for example.
Mm, mm,
But that is just according to an average population. It's not according to you. You know, it's
exactly,
an average. So
exactly,
the thing, you might be out of the limit of the book, medical book, but doesn't mean you're sick, you know.
exactly. We all need a baseline, a personal baseline, right?
Yeah. We need some personal baseline, which is in this app. I took the baseline as an average person. Yeah. So like there's a possibility to calibrate the app according to your data, your age, your weight, all of that. It's not yet implemented in this version of the app. It's not yet there. Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. So for anyone who is already curious about testing this app and maybe with the device, they would say, "Oh yes, I should measure the baseline on my own, and then I should apply this app or this yes with or
Mm.
without external device through any of the protocols by Pore Level, by HeartMath, or even by the one that we designed here by Enso Biofeed, right? Biofeeder, right?
Yes. There are some numbers, like for example, if you wake up in the morning and your heart rate is 100 beat per minute, there's something wrong, you know. Average or no average, no reference, this is obvious. There's something wrong with that.
Mm,
But other signs are more subtle, I would say. Yeah. So
mm,
so then I need to restart this device. I wanted to show you this Eastern medicine. Maybe it will be for another interview or something like
mm-hmm,
this. So this
mm-hmm.
is like as I showed you in the app. I can show you now.
Yes, if possible, please.
Yeah, you see there you have
Yes.
a breathing session. So
Mm-hmm.
you have this biofeedback there. So you can click on breathing and you will have a biofeedback session. So
Mm,
during the biofeedback session, you have sounds, and you can actually choose different rhythm of breathing. And so um, then you have you have then after the session you can see the data from the start of the session to the end, like how your heart rate was moving up or down, your breathing was moving up or down, your synchrony was moving up or down, or something like this. And you can actually have a lot of information about that, because, for example, I give you an example, like if your synchrony was above, let's say, 50% for more than 50% of the session, that means you perform really well. So it's not like if you reach a synchrony of 90%, that the biofeedback was successful. It's not true. It's actually how stable you are during the session.
mm,
And this can be measured. Yeah. So
mm,
anyway, so if people are interested, I keep publishing some papers about that. If you want to go deeper and analyze all these curves, what's the meaning of all of these stories and so on. So there are lots of material out there. And I keep studying because it's a fascinating subject for for research and also for helping people. And maybe another session we can go deeper into this
mhm,
spiritual aspect as well, which is very important. And you can actually discover by this pulse wave, how your practice of meditation, contemplation, whatever you
Mm.
do, does not depend on any tradition at all. It's not like that. But you can discover a lot about yourself by
Mm.
practicing and
Yeah.
discovering, like this. Yeah, the pulse wave. Yeah.
And for those people asking themselves, how is this going to help me, or which outcomes will I get out of this? What's your answer for those people, according to your experience and to the experience of other people who tested this solution that you're
Yes,
proposing?
yes. I think it all always come back to the same thing. If you measure regularly, you can actually see if like some days in the row the measurement look the trend which is like either too stressed or too low or something like this. So it's a self-assessment of your energy balance as well. And you can read the data from the Eastern point of view, which is a completely different story, contains a lot of information there. And also it can guide you into different lifestyle approach, like not only breathing, but if you have too much, I would use maybe the elements, which is easy. The four elements, like you have wind, fire, water, and earth. Yeah. And we actually have some metrics that reflect these elements. And if you have too much earth element, for example, you're very earthly, which is very nice because it's energy of stability, consistency. But if you're too consistent, then you need some kick sometimes. Would be nice, like, or maybe you sleep too much, like people who are very earth typology. And if you reinforce this type of energy, it's not so good. So then
Mm.
if you measure and you discover yourself that your earth element, for example, is high, and
Mm.
for few days or few weeks, then you can go for a walk, like a brisk walk or something like this to boost a bit. Some people need this kind of boosting. Some people are just the opposite. So if you have wind element, like when you measure wind, you you say, "Oh, I'm very windy," look, means you are agitated
On
in
the
the night,
ideas.
thinking
Yes, exactly.
thinking, worries are coming, you move a lot, you don't know where to go, it's a bit chaotic. So you need to balance that. Again, the balance concept. To balance the wind, you can use water and earth element.
Mm.
Yeah. And you have different ways to do that by using diets, by using even breathing. You can do. I'm not obsessed by this, but you can also do that and different things that you can discover, or I can even recommend if people get in touch with me. Uh, I can recommend stuff like that. If you have too much fire, then fire element is very nice because it means joy. You have lots of joy coming, but also the flip side of that is that you can become angry very fast, like very spontaneous, emotional, or something like this. And then if people discover that they have a bit too much fire, they can compensate. At least they are aware of that. Because
Exactly.
you see, this the beauty of these things, of these apps, is that you become maybe aware of your own energies inside. And because body and mind are not separated, if your nervous system, your blood pressure wave and all that have some features, that means your mind also have these features. And if you have these features there, you propagate this to other people.
Mm.
You just spread it all over the place, uh,
Mm.
which is like not so good because the boomerang is coming back. If you push people there and then they will feel aggressed or something like this, like and then they will say what this guy want. For example, that's just an example. Or if you
Mm-hmm.
just the opposite, if you're too apathic, you say, oh, this person don't care, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
But you propagate your emotions in your environment, like this so-called psychological energetic field or something like that. Call it
Mm.
whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it's so wide and so full of possibilities, and so I'm getting my fire element is already burning. And say, oh yes, it's wonderful, it's amazing. But
Yes.
it will be idea to discuss it in another moment. But for those people who want to get in touch with you, where do they have to go? Which website do you have? Please do share, please.
Oh, yes. So the main website is called satheart.com. So
Mhm,
SAT heart, like the heart.com. You
mhm.
can go there and you have a
We will
lot
share
of.
here in the comments below. Okay?
Oh, yes. Actually, yes.
Yes. If you want to show a little bit how it looks
Ah,
like the website.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Ah. So
okay.
everybody can see that now?
Yes, yes. Not your screen, but yes, it's sat and the word
I
heart.
don't know how it works because I cannot share
Mhm.
my screen with this or.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yes,
That's
I
fine.
can.
Then I will share we will share the website below, and that's the main way to connect with you,
Um,
the main
I
channel.
mean, they can visit the website for sure. Like on the app as well, they have news every month.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
in this app there,
Mm-hmm.
where is this app? Okay, so you see on the app, people can use the two tabs on the back here.
Uh-huh.
So I have blog news
Mm-hmm.
and I have typology. So people can access their own typology. Like if there are fire elements or something like this, they can
Uh,
click on that.
mm-hmm.
So if I can click here, I end up on this website,
Mm-hmm.
and then you fill a questionnaire. At the
Yes.
end of the questionnaire, the people know their own energies.
Mm.
Yeah. So
That's
this
wonderful.
can be like this. Otherwise, you have the blog. So I keep posting blogs, blog news about what's going on in research or something like this, like
Mm-hmm.
recommendations. People talk a lot about wearables, why they are useful, when they are not useful, all of that. People can
Mm.
just read,
Yes,
it's
yes,
a
yes,
kind
yes.
of newsletter, but it's on the app, so people can click on that, and every month there will be some news happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is something unique that you showed in the app that it has information related to ancient technologies, that it is not available in other apps or other tools, right?
No, no, no,
Mm.
that's the only one. That's the only one I would say that I know of, which
Mm-hmm.
actually measure these energies, yeah, these
Mm.
pranic
Oh.
energies and so on. Maybe we can do another video with this. I need to look at this iPad, why it's just shutting down. I don't know.
Yes, according to the comments of the people, we're going to do another short video sharing how it works and how much we have of the element earth, water, air, and fire, and how to bring them into balance. So, do you have any final message for those people
Yes.
asking themselves, oh, where should I go? Or who do I have to talk to? What's your message for those people that are still in the middle?
Ah, it's hard to give recommendation. I'm not keen on recommendation. It's really hard because everybody's different. And for example, people who are more like intellectual, they will read a book, for example, and they will be fine with that. They will understand and process. People who are more hands-on, they will go to a yoga class, they will go to different classes. People who are inclined to spiritual teachings, they will go and seek this way as well, which is good. So there's no one recipe, I would say. It's really hard. It's by communicating with people, like what they would like to go. But I think the app can actually give insight to people where they are at the moment and how these energies are actually manifesting in their daily life. And then I think they can eventually, by this fact of being aware of what is going on, they will obviously meet people. They will find a book, they will, things will manifest automatically.
Mm. Yes, 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 yes. Well, the audio is a little bit suspended here. I cannot hear
Basic
you. Okay, can you hear me now?
something.
Can you
Now
hear me?
there are anyway basics.
I cannot hear you. Let's say if it.
It's
Yes,
stop.
now it works. Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
Yes, now it
Now
works.
it works. Yeah. So yeah, I was saying there are anyway basic things that people can
Mm,
do, and I think the easiest and the fastest way to rebalance your energies is by breathing. I cannot, say something else. You can try many different things, which are all fine and suits people. But if you really want fast results, breathing for me is like a wonderful tool, as you know.
mm.
So yeah, so no big surprise, and I would recommend breathing. Meditation is good as well, but sometimes difficult for some people. So that's why I tend not to do some recommendation blindly like this. People find that unbearable, to do meditation. They don't really get it, which is fine, you know.
Mm.
Um, for these people, maybe better to do sport. Maybe
Yes,
go
yes.
biking, go hiking. I don't know, something like this. It depends. Yeah.
Mm. Yes,
Some
yes.
people are very physical, means sport would be well suited. Some people are more calm, more introspective, means meditation can work.
Mm,
But in any case, sport, anything, breathing is the key.
mm,
If you do sport, if you don't breathe, it's not working. Eh?
mm,
And if you do breathing meditation, mindful breathing, as we call it, this is very helpful, very helpful.
mm,
And also in situation of high stress, you can quickly activate your parasympathetic system by breathing, and you will be calm very quickly. Yeah.
mm,
This is now well known by scientific studies, and it was, of course, well known by people like hundreds of years ago. They use this practice every day. For
mm,
example, for myself, I tend not to do like formal breathing practice anymore, or not a lot, but I do it like almost all day long. Like I do this breathing automatically, and so I think this is the end point of all that is that it becomes a habit, like a good habit, and then you practice more and more, and you never stop. You never stop doing that. It took for me, maybe I'm certainly I'm a bad learner, but it took it took a long time to go into this habit. So it's really good to practice, like, okay, you do like practice morning or before going to bed or something like this, which is wonderful. Or if you feel some disturbances, you can do that. If you want to achieve high performance in sport, you can do breathing, special techniques of breathing, like fast or different rhythm as well. It's really well known. Um, so yeah, so this is so yeah, I did not really answer your question because it's very individual, you know, but there are generic recommendations which are there anyway and do not do any harm, you know. Yeah.
Exactly. In other words, pay attention to your breath.
Yeah, something like this. Be mindful of your breathing. This is maybe you know what the most difficult point is to
Yes.
remember to do these things. Like when you have 5 minutes or 2 minutes,
Mm.
you say,
Yes.
okay, you know, I'm just having some time, and just be conscious of your breathing, and you breathe slowly if you
Mhm.
want to be calm. That's it. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
There's
yes.
too much to say, but
Yes, I think if we breathe, I don't know if it is 3,000 or 11,000 times per day, but at least once we have to be mindful of that.
yes, yes. You know, the I think the person who promoted this uh, daily breathing the most was the famous Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh. You know, all of his teachings was based on this technique, which is
Mm.
called Vipassana. In fact,
Yes.
it's one branch of Buddhism. I'm not promoting at all this, but he said anyway, every time you can, you just breathe, you know, breathe consciously, breathing in, breathing out. You can find these teachings on internet. They're very wonderful teachings. He had a retreat center in France, which is called Plume Village. It's really wonderful. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. So he spent all of his life in France because he was forbidden in his own country, in Vietnam. He was an activist, you know, he was a monk, but very much activist. And people did not like it. So he said, okay, goodbye. And then at the end of his life, he actually was authorized to come back to his home country, and he passed away over there. Or he passed away in France, and the body was carried to Vietnam. I don't remember. Anyway,
Mm.
something
Mm.
like that. So that's an example of a living being who practiced breathing all of his life, and it was his own main spiritual path, I would say.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a whole new world of possibilities. So breathing is the entrance door for our awakening process, I would say. Mm.
Yeah, it's you know, it's completely non-dogmatic as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and any tradition performed these kind of things at some point or another.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 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 yes.
So
I appreciate this time we spent together, Patrick. I'm so thankful for this and
thank you.
extremely grateful. And for those people who are watching this interview live or replay, type SATHeart if this resonates with you, and we will share the contact information of Patrick Celka and his extraordinary work
Yeah, you
that,
can share my email address if you like.
of course, of
Yeah.
course. Of course. Yes, we will share your email address and all the other contact information you want. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm very
Thank
blessed for
you.
this. And we're
Thank
finishing
you
now
so
the
much.
interview. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's stop the recording.